I just feel so bleh recently. Like, I just wish there was some kind of way to make a good exercise routine that I can stick to. Well, it's a shame that doesn't exist.
Oh, hey, Elliot. I heard you're looking for a good way to get fit.
How long have you been listening to me?
Well, have I got the game for you? It's Ring Fit Adventure for the Nintendo Switch.
Wow! Thank you so much, Mr. Ring Fit Man.
Try it out for 30 days and let me know what you think.
And what if I don't like it?
I'll make sure you never wake up again.
Oh. Hi, I'm Elliot Goff, and welcome to 30 Day Trial. Let's get straight into it, shall we? I played Nintendo's Ring Fit Adventure for 30 days straight. That's why it's a 30 day trial, you fool. Now, when I initially saw this thing, I thought it was a bit of a gimmick. Kind of like how the Wii Fit was, with its fancy weight scales that every mum ever seemed to just have in their living room for some reason. I don't know what happened to them all. Have they all just disappeared, or are they still there, tucked under the TV, waiting for the day that'll be used again? Poor things. But now, after the whole experience, I can safely say that Ring Fit is definitely not a gimmick. It hurt me. It hurt me in ways I didn't even know were possible. My body definitely wasn't ready. Congratulations, me. I got the meme in. Yay! Memes! So, other than pain, what did I want to get out of this whole 30-day Ring Fit experiment? Well, first, I wanted to know if this thing could actually make me fit. Actually make me a fitty bitty. Is that what the kids say nowadays? You're a fitty bitty. I'm old now. Now, I already consider myself a relatively healthy human being. I get 2 20 to 30 minute walks every single day. I have a healthy diet, and I do sometimes do an exercise. Sometimes. And that is the issue that I'm hoping this whole gamification just might fix, hopefully. You see, research has shown that it's not just about getting a bit of exercise every now and then, even though I would say that every little helps, thanks Tesco, but it's more about having a regular and consistent exercise routine that you can stick to every single day. The ideal practice being around 30 minutes of daily high intensity exercise. What is high intensity exercise? Here's a graphic explaining it, because I can't be bothered. You're welcome. So my personal aim with this experiment is to try and get 10 to 30 minutes of medium to high intensity exercise every day. And I'm hoping by adding this 10 to 30 minute flexibility, it will help with my transition into this daily routine. My logic for this is getting 10 minutes of exercise is way less overwhelming than 30 minutes of high intensity daily exercise. In my experience, I found that a lot of people, including myself, often go in a bit too hard when it comes to making habits and routines. In my opinion, it's way better to keep things easy and flexible at the beginning, then slowly ease yourself into much harder practices. Also, side note, try not to be a dick to yourself if you miss a day. Don't just give it up and quit after you've just missed a few days in a row because you felt sick or felt too tired. You gotta be kind and ease yourself back into the routine. It's like something my friend Batman used to say.
I wanted to exercise every single day. I failed.
Why do we fall, sir?
So that we can learn to pick ourselves up. Thanks, Alfred. I needed that. I love you.
I love you too, Batman. Mwah. On top of building a regular exercise routine, I also wanted to see how this would affect my weight, my mental health, and my overall daily energy. So I decided to check in with myself every week to see how I was doing and how exercising every single day affected these things. I also wanted to update you on how I was finding Ring Fit, my impressions of this game. It's a game review now.
Oh yeah, feel the pain. All pain. All gain.
Feels great to move your body.
Location change. It might be a bit echoey in here, I'm sorry. At the start of this whole thing, at the start of December, my weight was around 15 stone 9. But again, I would like to say that I'm relatively fit. I have a healthy diet and I also intermittently fast. So I don't really expect my weight to change that much, but it was worth measuring anyway, I think. For science. Also, I just want to mention that I think weight and health are often unnecessarily convoluted together. People's overall health shouldn't be necessarily tied to an individual's weight. I think it's a very outdated mentality that a lot of older generations are still holding on to. You can be perfectly healthy and have a completely different weight to someone who is equally as healthy as you are. Same goes for being unhealthy. We're all just a bit different, you know? Humans are strange like that. Mental health wise, at the start of December, I felt relatively okay considering the current state of the world. But the reason I wanted to check in on this is to see how regular exercise could affect my depressive episodes and bipolar tendencies, as having more ways to relieve those symptoms would be a bit nice, to be honest. My energy levels have always been a bit iffy. I find that I get most of my mental and creative energy in the mornings. That is when I usually do most of my more challenging work, like writing or talking to a camera. Then at around 3/4 p.m, my brain is just kind of done. Like I am super depleted, and that is when I usually switch to my easier, less mentally demanding tasks. I genuinely thought I was alone in this for such a long time, as I'm often surrounded by night owls, people who get their work done late in the evening. I just can't do that until I watched an episode of, I think it was just a YouTube video actually, of Nick Offerman saying this exact same thing, and I felt seen, as the kids say. You do still say that, right? Please say yes. But yeah, I would love to see if exercising regularly could get me that afternoon boost and get me past that whole 3 p.m. slump that I'm fighting off. Or at least ease the transition so I don't just go straight to dead around 3 p.m. if that's even possible, to be honest. I guess let's find out. Transition. This is my transition dance. Look at me go.
I made a mistake. Squats are still hard.
Get fisted, mate. Not that.
Great job. Go drink some water.
The first week, surprisingly enough, was difficult. Going from zero exercise to daily exercise was hard on my poor little body. It also doesn't help that I again fully underestimated how hard this game could be. I went straight in on the hardest difficulty, and after a few days, it just thoroughly kicked my ass. It kicked my ass all the way to butt school. The school for butts. To get you butts all good and not kicked. What am I saying? As I go on and I get used to the whole regular exercise thing, I'm just gonna slowly turn up that pain meter. Until then, I think I'm just gonna take it easy. I mean, it's not like I already knew this. Going in a bit too hard can break a routine or just break a person in general. Why do I listen to myself sometimes? Why? The main thing that I took away from this first week of doing an exercise is that my legs are weak little twigs. I've never really done any serious leg workouts before, so having to do many squats in a row hurt me in ways that I didn't even know were possible. But overall, after this first week, I'm genuinely already feeling stronger. I'm feeling a bit more hardy. I'm feeling like Tom Hardy. I wish I was that attractive. You see, it really does make you work every single part of your body, which is just fascinating to me. I would have not expected the sheer variety of exercises and how much of your body you can properly work out with just using a resistance ring and a leg strap. It's wild. Weight-wise, nothing much has changed. I'm still fluctuating around the whole 15 stone 9 mark, but this is pretty much expected, as I don't think serious weight change happens within the first few days of exercising. I feel like it would happen within months rather than few days. Also, again, I don't think I'm going to expect much change when it comes to my weight, as I feel like I'm already a pretty ideal weight, but I guess it's just a fun thing to measure. People do it, I guess. Mental health wise, nothing much has changed either. The same with weight gain. I think this exercise routine will have more long-term effects than short-term. It is only the first week, so hopefully future Elliot will have more to update you on, I hope. What about energy levels though? Well, this is where I've actually seen a little bit more change. I found that my brain is definitely more awake in the mornings now. Surprisingly enough, getting all hot and sweaty really does get my engines going. Get some choo-chooing, as the kids say. I really don't know what the kids say anymore. I'm just making it up now. What I have noticed, sadly, is that I do get more of a late afternoon boost if I work out closer to midday than I do in the morning. But sadly, I just really can't fit that into my daily routine, which is way more important to me than actually being able to push through that 3 p.m. slump. Also, I just don't want to have 2 showers in a day. There's only so wet a human can get. Please don't take that out of context.
Feel the burn. Oh God, my poor legs.
That battle was epic.
You mind? Hello, let's talk about week 2. So one of the things that is really starting to bother me now is the leg strap. It seems to be always so fiddly. Like, I don't know if anyone else is experiencing this, but its needed positioning is just so vague, just somewhere on the thigh, and its ability to pick up on what I'm actually doing it's just so trash. For example, I was being chased by some bloody birds, because that's apparently a thing that happens in this game, and I was absolutely legging it, which for all my Americans out there just means running really fast, because birds are scary. But it felt like no matter how fast I ran on the spot, the avatar just wanted to have a lovely little stroll through the park, apparently, which is counterproductive. There are birds chasing us. This is extra emphasized in the minigame / torture device, Dreadmill. Like, I'm really loving some of the minigames. They really do have a lot of fun ones, like having to bat away little frisbees to kill some robots. They have some that feel a little pointless, like having to ride a little go-kart and collect coins by squeezing your thighs like that. Like, what's that about? What's that meant to do? And then there's Dreadmill, which feels like I'm being chased around by a masochist with a cattle prod. Actually, I think I'd rather have that. It hurts. So weight-wise, after 2 weeks, I'm pretty much still fluctuating around the same numbers. Again, I don't expect much of a change. It's better to see weight change on a monthly scale than a daily scale, which again, begs the question of why I'm even looking at weight. Seems kind of silly at this point. Mental health wise, I'm feeling really good considering I'm usually feeling them December blues by now. I'm definitely sleeping a lot better and feeling way less stressed than I usually do in December, but I also don't have to worry about socializing and traveling during this festive period, which might be helping my mood a little bit. Sorry mum. My energy levels are still holding strong even though I've started to now feel incredibly sore most days as the exercises are now hitting me in places I didn't know existed. That tricep kickback thing. Whoa, ow, ooh. I can now definitely confirm that afternoons are getting better for me. The transition especially is being a lot more smoother. I'm also feeling weirdly more creative and motivated, which is great. Who would have thought that regular daily exercise would be good for you? Not me apparently. What next? Vegetables are good for you too? Wild.
This is Sassy. Ladies, gentlemen.
Your sweat is so shiny and beautiful.
I think I'm finally at the point where I'm starting to get the full scope on the variety of exercises. My favorite ones are definitely the arms and body ones, as the leg and yoga ones never feel like they're really doing anything, to be honest, or they just end up making me fall over or complain about my old man knees. Basically, they're either doing nothing or they're hurting me in ways that only a therapist will understand. More specifically, I have to say that the Russian twists are chef's kiss. I love them so much. If I ever try to do like a home gym routine in the future, I'm definitely going to try and add these to the mix as they're just so fun and so cool. I'm really glad that this game has opened my eyes to a whole new different types of workouts. I know it's very optimistic of me to think that I'm going to have a future gym routine. Let a boy dream. Let me dream, Dad. That and the chest press are definitely up there when it comes to my all-time favorite workouts in this game. And I think that just might be because they make me feel like such a big, strong boy when I'm doing them, like I'm in some kind of 80s action film montage, which is everybody's dream fantasy, right? No? Just me? Fair enough. The worst ones, in my opinion, are unsurprisingly the ones that my silly little body just can't do. Like the boat pose. Yes, I say boat funny. I just can't do it. I'm just such a weak baby little boy. On top of that, there's the overhead squat, which is an absolute monster as well. I've had nightmares about this thing. I just really can't just have my arms above my head while doing such a wide squat. It's just too much. Leave my poor leggies alone. They've been through enough. And then there's just the weird ones. It's one of the most powerful moves in the game, but the overhead hip shake just really does nothing for me. Like, it's a fun little dance to do, and my partner really likes watching me do it, but boy, is that a weird workout. That's just so weird. Also, alongside that, there's the ab press exercises. I just don't know what they're even meant to do for you. I don't know what they're meant to work out. And you have to do them so many times. You do it whenever an enemy attacks, you do it when you break a rock, you do it when you row a boat, and you do it when you fly. Why? Why? I don't know why I'm doing that. Also, whilst I'm talking about weird things in this game, I also want to mention the whole smoothie making system. Like, I thought it was fun at first that you got to like squeeze your own smoothies, but after a certain point, once you're like through so many levels, it just feels pointless. I just wish at a certain point it give you a skip button or a speed up button or something. I will say though, the smoothie song is an absolute bop though. It reminds me of the Wii Store music. It's great. I'm a big fan. Once again, no change in weight, surprisingly. I don't know why I'm recording this. I thought it would be interesting to see if there would be any change, but as of yet, nothing. No change whatsoever. Either way, I'm just gonna keep tracking it to see if anything changes, because why not at this point? Sunk cost fallacy and all that. Mental health wise, I'm definitely feeling a lot more mentally resilient than I usually do in the winter months. Seasonal depression really does hit me hard, usually, but I think alongside other factors that I've already talked about, I really do just feel much more mentally hardy. Mentally Tom Hardy. A callback. Don't know why I had the point. What's this about? Alongside that, my energy levels are still doing great as well. I think I'd definitely start doing something around midday to defeat that late afternoon slump, like maybe a light walk or, I don't know, something. But until then, that's gonna be Future Elliot's problem. He can deal with that. Sorry, Future Elliot.
I can't do it. I can't. My poor Twinkie legs.
Your muscles look so happy.
Hello, right, that's it, we're done. 30 days complete, well done me. Congratulations, me. Good Good job. So, the main thing I've learned from this whole 30-day trial experience is just how little I knew about myself and my fitness level. Like I said at the start, I consider myself a relatively healthy human being, but now after doing things like the tricep kickback and just squats in general, I've realized how much they absolutely destroy me. And by learning this, I know what to focus on in the future. I know what I'm good at, and I know what I need to work on. It's now easy for me to say that this thing has range. I've learnt so many new and interesting exercises that I can incorporate into my future fantasy fitness routines that may or may not happen. Also, this game is huge. It's huge. Don't want to do that. Like, I fully expected to have completed the campaign and moved on to more custom and extra workouts by now. But boy, was I wrong. I mean, after 30 days, I literally only reached World 8. And for context, as of recording this, I'm currently on day like 80, 90-ish area, and I'm only really on world like 15, I think. Something I also learned about myself from this whole experience is that gamification is such an important tool to solidify a routine, especially for me. I mean, just being able to jump into a program where you don't have to do any like creative thinking or workout planning and just be able to power through a level or two is just so easy and kills that whole barrier to entry a lot of us struggle from. Right, so where are we weight-wise after 30 days? Well, surprise, surprise, nothing much has changed, to be honest. I'm still fluctuating around the same weight as I was at the start of this whole thing, and I'm honestly not sure why. It's either because I'm at an ideal weight already, or that I'm gaining muscle at the same time as I'm losing weight, so it's all just kind of evening out. Who knows? I have no idea. Not a clue. So yeah, unfortunately, that's just a bit of a bust, isn't it? But again, weight loss is different person to person, so if your goal is to lose weight, don't be discouraged by my own personal experience. Also, I want to again stress that weight and health shouldn't be so married together. You can have a larger frame and still be healthy and get regular exercise. Exercise shouldn't be seen as something that is just about weight loss. It's about so much more than that. It can help your brain do the good things. Like mine isn't right now. Speaking of the brain, my mental health throughout this whole thing has actually just been amazing. I feel not just more physically hardy, but mentally too. It was just interesting to see how much of a role exercise played when it came to my mood and my mental health. And this might be because that my mental health loves routine and structure, but also exercise is good. It makes me feel good. Yum 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 serotonin, as the kids say. I need to stop. Now again, you may not experience the same thing I did. There are so many factors at play here. But if you are struggling with mental health issues, especially during this whole pandemic lockdown thing, I highly recommend getting some regular exercise into your routine, even if it is just a 30-minute walk every day. Who would have known exercise would be good for you? Who's been keeping this secret from us? Energy levels wise, it definitely feels a lot stronger than it was at the start of this whole thing. After 30 days, it has wavered a little bit, but overall, it does feel like I have much sturdier energy levels. What I have learned energy wise is that if I want to push myself all the way to 6 p.m. without hitting a slump, I'm gonna need to add some light workout into the afternoon. Maybe a walk, maybe I should try skipping or something like that. But until I can find a way to make that work in my everyday life, which right now is a big struggle, I just don't think it's gonna happen yet. Until then, I'll stick to my cup of early morning workout tea. Sweat. And yeah, that's it. The experiment is over. 30-day trial, done. If you're looking for a great way to get a good at-home workout routine going, then I can't recommend Ring Fit Adventure highly enough. It's simple, it's easy, it's diverse, and it will kick your ass if you ask honestly. I am just really happy I found this thing in such a crappy, isolating year. I've learned so much about myself and so many different workouts that I'm just gonna keep using throughout my life. Thank you, Ring Fit.
You're welcome! Oh, he died. Well, thank you for watching the first episode of 30-Day Trial. If you liked it, please let me know in the comments below. Please subscribe and all that good stuff. Thank you to all the patrons that help support me that are on the screen now. You're all very lovely. I appreciate it.
I'm losing my voice.
Have a lovely day and goodbye.
That's all I can do. My poor arms.